customers directly into their mailboxes relatively cheaply. And according to EPG Health Media Research, live events, employers and colleagues, print materials, and email announcements and newsletters were each considered moderately important or very important channels of notification by more than 3/4 of healthcare professionals.
So according to this, most pharma clients are doctors and HCPs, and they normally have very limited time to read emails in between seeing patients or in the evening. That's why it is important to create engaging and credible content and interesting subject line in order to attract their attention. Research also shows we only have 7 seconds to grab people's attention and get them interested in an email or a website. Realistically, most people will only be able to read one short sentence during this period of time, so this sentence needs to contain a very valuable piece of information for healthcare representatives to make them read the entire email.
Mm-hmm. And taking into account all this information that we've said, now we can make up the first tip. And it is important to invest into creating a proper face of your email templates. Basically, for global pharmaceutical companies, it's essential that all emails have a consistent look and feel across different brands and regions. The brand identity should be recognizable, and the recipient should have no doubt that the email comes from your company. However, do not over-design. Consider sending text emails instead of graphically overloaded templates.
As our second tip, we would strongly recommend you to always remember the device you're creating for. So design for mobile first and PC second. Shrink your creative and minimize images. And according to Adestra, almost 60% of emails get opened on mobile, following 28% in webmail, and then comes the desktop.
Mm-hmm. And now getting to the third tip. According to MailChimp, average open rates for pharma emails are around 20%, so make sure the user will actually open your email. Work on the subject line and the pre-header. Emojis can also be fun actually and lighten up a subject line, but there are a few points to consider. On the positive side, emojis can drive a higher open rate and a higher click rate. When emojis are combined with the subject line personalization, those rates increase even more. It's okay to have fun. Taking a light-hearted approach stands out. But also keep in mind, not all email platforms support emojis, resulting in rendering issues. Consider the tone. Is it appropriate to include in an HCP email? And never replace a word with an emoji. What if it doesn't display properly?
And we would like to also give you some tips and tricks on how to create content which is interesting and draws attention. So think of the subject line as an invitation to read your email. What factors ensure a response from the invited person or people? Just statistics indicate that the best subject line either pose a question or make a statement that contains an actionable item. And remember about your character count. It should not be more than 70, but the sweet spot is between 47 and 55. Personalization always wins the day over non-personalization. So keep that in mind too. And in the subject line, it is important to remember that it is an invitation, so the pre-header provides the figurative when and where for the invite. It should tell a quick synopsis of your email, the key word being quick, and complement the subject line. Ideal character count is between 45 and 75. Our recommendation would also be to create different subject lines and split test them.
Mhm. And now the fourth tip is to ensure your CTAs really stand out. Now, according to the statistics, more than 60% of HCPs open email on a mobile device, so it's essential to consider potential constraints. The most engaging call to actions are non-image representations and are large enough to tap one-handed on a smartphone's small screen. Include only one main CTA per message and do so within the first 400 pixels of an email. The call to action should be bold, bright, and of course contrast with the rest of the email. Healthcare professionals should never ever have to hunt to click. And remember, always include a call to action even if your message is purely informative.
So anyway, no matter what is the purpose of your email, your first email, keep your email short and only include important information. This is connected to what we told at the very beginning of our webinar. As you remember, there is only 7 seconds. The most important part of your email must be on the first screen, right in front of your eyes, without the need to scroll. And remember the way we are perceiving the information. In email or website, we all follow the F-shaped pattern. So try to locate most important information and also graphics on the left side of the email.
Every email, of course, deserves to be tested. Even if you or maybe someone else tested the template you're using yesterday. Email programs and applications are not only capable of breaking your design, but also butchering links, subject lines, images, and more. Before hitting send, make sure you create incredible email experiences. It is very important.
Yes, and also before sending an actual email, please answer yourself the following questions. Will your email render as a readable email in your target's inbox? Are your systems set up to test, learn, and implement with winning subject lines and pre-headers? Determine which elements of an email has the greatest influence on its performance. Know the optimal character count for a subject line and pre-header across all devices. Assess how a single word change or pre-header message might drive more opens.
And finally, last but not least, hint is the seventh. Consider emails as a part of a wider communication strategy and ensure other channels amplify your message. Use trigger emails in order to connect email to other marketing channels. Emails that are deployed following a trigger event, such as, for example, sales visit or a direct mail launch, they all receive a higher response rate. Email serves as the connective tissue between channels, messaging, and, of course, audience segments.
Yes, so here in Viseven and in world experience in all, we all see that projections show that by the end of the 2019, we can expect more than 2.9 billion worldwide email users, which is more than one third of the global population. In regard to email sends per day worldwide, we know that about 269 billion emails were sent and received each day in 2017. And that figure is expected to grow to almost 320 billion daily emails in 2021, according to Statista. So the next couple of slides will be dedicated to how to create email templates effortlessly, how not to spend endless hours in testing and validation of the emails, how to ensure the mentioned above rules are kept to break through the noise of the modern inbox, and what our platform eWizard can offer.
Mhm. Yes, as a bonus to this webinar, we are offering you to to discuss how to become actually faster in creating and launching email campaigns. So in a wizard, with the product which our company has created, which is a content management system, there, instead of having fixed templates, we have come out with a set of pre-approved and pre-tested branded content modules, which marketers or agencies can mix and match while completing a template, meaning they have the possibility to leverage creativity while keeping brand identity. So first of all is flexibility. Edit, reuse, and mix modules within a variety of templates. The second point is very essential is a brand consistency in the company. So make user familiar with your brand and build their recognizable image across all the email campaigns. And of course, reduce time to market. The pre-configured and pre-tested modules speed up content creation and eliminate errors.
Yes, so on this slide you can see some visualization of how the basic email template may look. And we have special modules for header, content body, and footer. It means marketers can select one of the available modules for the header, depending on what type of branding is needed. Then they are free to select any of the content body modules. For example, it may be a calendar, agenda, image gallery, and a call to action. Usually at least 2 or 3 modules are used. And finish with the footer module that contains the unsubscribe options. Thus, with these 20 modules available, marketers and agencies can receive thousands of possible combinations.
And according to this scheme that Olha has just described, we can now see the example of an email template that can be crafted using the designed modules that are ready to use. As you can see, it has the header, of course, the body of the email, and the footer with the possibility to unsubscribe, and of course, the call to action button.
Just to have a proper tool, you need to know how they work in the market. And according to Litmus research, companies are roughly split between those using just one email platform and those using 2 or more. However, the balance have shifted toward more brands using just one email service provider. That's likely due to the widening capabilities of some email service providers, which make it slightly more attractive to have all your emails under one roof, rather than having one email service provider for your broadcast emails and another for your approved one-to-one emails, for example.
And now talking about the formats and CRM and CLM system that are used to distribute these email templates. We at Viseven actually focused on the two leaders now at the market and developed direct integrations. The first one is Viva approved email format for personal communication with one sender, the rep, and one recipient, physician. And from the other side, there is a Salesforce Marketing Cloud for broadcast mailing.
Just to open you some more secrets, the key benefit of each approach is automation. It gives marketers the opportunity to publish your tested templates to production with minimum manual effort, speeding up the content time to market. And on top of this, we ensure the single sign-in, access to approved assets for reuse from Vault.
So in conclusion, we can say that email is the most effective digital channel for engaging physicians, but you have only seconds to convince a physician to open your email. Precise targeting, comprehensive vendor testing, and customized deployment timing greatly increase the odds of getting that open. So taking into consideration all that we have said today, our key advice would be: the first is to define your goals and audiences, invest into design and usability to make your emails recognizable, of course, render tests to ensure readability, devise an inbox, subject line, and the pre-header. Select a proper way to distribute your emails, support one-to-one as well as bulk interactions, and automate content delivery. Now, let us then show how actually our system works.
Yes, so we're now moving to a live demo where we will show e-wizard email content modules and how to create approved email templates as well as broadcast emails. Rita now entering the platform itself with the email templates module on. We proceed with the creation of the email template. It is really easy to create a new template, just indicating the name of it. The character count is up to 50 and selecting target system. Then we need to find the language we will use within the email and the country this template is targeted for. So in templates, we have the possibility to choose pre-designed templates for our marketing campaign. So we choose the one we use within the Viseven company just for you to visualize the process. And go into edit. Yeah, sometimes it takes some seconds to upload. So as we mentioned before, there are usually 2 or 3 content bodies in between the header and footer. We always have the possibility to change the text of it and to save changes. We can also delete some components or just replace them with the other options. So for call to action, we can choose some other words like register now or follow the link now, and so on. So the options are not limited. And just to make sure we have all the needed information within the email template, we insert one more module with the visualization of some like brand we promote and so on.
So now I'm adding an image to this component. It is also taken from the media gallery that is connected to our eWizard account, of course. It's our personal gallery where we can store all of the pictures, documents, Excel files, and so on.
Yeah, so in such a way, we have the approved digital assets within an easy reach for our content makers to always be like able to use the relevant content.
And moreover, we can share this email template with some other user within the system. That is to send this email template so that the other eWizard user can continue working on it. And this will, of course, improve and speed up the process of email templates creation. Now I have sent this email template that we have just created to my mailbox so that I am able to see how it will look like.
Yeah, in such a way, we check the view of the email template within, for example, as it was shown within the Outlook system, but there is a possibility to share it to all the other platforms and email like.
So now I'm going back to my email templates gallery. And as I was talking about the collaboration mode, where you can share this email template with some other eWizard users, so you can assign a person who will be also responsible for this project, and we can select the role for this person. For example, in this case, it will be editor who will be together with me editing it, and it will be my colleague. In such a way, I am assigning her to this email template. Moreover, we can send this email to the colleague who has rights to approve and review this content. We can send it for review, for example, to manager. We can set the deadline and add description if needed. Press send. And now you can see the status of this email has changed to the in review, and once it will be approved, it will become green and approved. So finally, as we are satisfied with the email template we have just created, we can of course share it as it is cross-platform and we have direct integrations with Viva and Salesforce Marketing Cloud. We can directly publish it to these systems. So let us choose Viva Vault in this case. Here we have to put in our credentials to Viva Vault account, and we will get the direct possibility to publish it. Here we have to put in the obligatory fields. We have to assign it to the product.
Yes, so you always have a guide for you to go through these steps on the left, and it is really easy to go through this process.
As we have inserted all this information that is of course connected with Viva Vault. Now we can see and track the status of the publishing here on the right side. We can track all the processes that are going on, and once it will be published, we will be able to see it in our Viva Vault account, and we'll also receive an email notification that our email template is successfully published. Of course, it may take some time because it depends on the internet connection. And
meanwhile, we have the opportunity to also show you the sharing options and the approve process. So Margarita have shared the email template, which was just created for demo purposes with me, and I approved it from my side. So now we can work with it further and distribute it, like send it to our target audience.
Yeah, and by the way, we can of course add some comments. For example, the reviewer can add a comment, and the actual editor will see this comment and will edit this text. And finally, the publishing to Salesforce Marketing Cloud is done in the same way as to Viva Vault. You have just to insert the needed information. You can always see the guideline. We have all the full documentation on our website, and see how it is done. So I think we can wrap up.
So anyway, if there are any questions left or you would like to get some more detailed information on how it works, so feel free to contact us. You can see our emails down below on the presentation, and we can just arrange short demo for you, personalized demo for you.
Yes. So yeah, now let us look at the QA panel and see if we have some questions.
Yeah, so I believe we have some, and one coming from Tatiana. So are Viva email fragments supported? So thank you for your question, and of course the answer is yes. Viva email fragments are the flexible parts of the approved email templates that you can select from. And within the eWizard, you can create unlimited number of fragments and then publish them automatically to Viva Vault Promo Max.
Yeah, thank you for this question. I hope we have answered it. And if you have some additional questions or inquiries, we will be glad to assist. So feel free to approach us. And thank you for your attention. Have a great day.
Thank you for your time, and have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Goodbye.